I invite Professor Sood to join us on the panel and also deliver his keynote remarks on how we should be mitigating social risks. Professor Ajay Kumar Sood is the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India, and he is also the Chairperson of Prime Minister's Science, Technology and Innovation Advisory Council. Professor Sood is also a National Science Chair Professor at the IISc, Bangalore. He was a member of the Prime Minister's Science, Technology and Innovation Advisory Council from 2018 to March 2020 and from 2009 to 2014. He had served as a member of the Scientific Advisory Council to the Prime Minister of India. Professor Sood has a doctorate in physics from IISc Bangalore. His research interests include the physics of quantum materials, soft and active matter. He has published more than 450 papers in peer-reviewed journals and holds several patents. Professor Sood, over to you.
Thank you very much for having me here. Let me start this discussion by saying the most obvious, that the rise of generative AI marks a paradigm shift. I don't think anyone in the room or outside the room will disagree. So while technology, we all know, has historically facilitated progress, the self-evolving nature of AI demands unprecedented caution, necessitating an approach, one that balances the potential for extraordinary benefits and the extraordinary benefits with the inherent risks. So we have to bring this balance. Unleashing the full potential of AI requires a commitment, as was mentioned a few minutes before, to responsible development and deployment for a safer society. Now, what are the social risks and challenges imposed by AI? We all know that this social risk due to AI, they lie beyond accidental occurrences or unintended behaviors, system malfunctions, potential loss of traditional jobs, erosion of existing work and workplaces, etc. We all know that historically, major technological leaps often end up creating more jobs, better jobs, and much faster economic growth in the long run, which has substantially reduced human poverty and deprivation, as we have seen. So hence these transitional challenges are not center of my concern today. My concern really lies into the long-term social risks and direct adverse effects stemming from the extensive use of totally unregulated AI in non-military civilian context. Now, here the primary concern, if you see, is bias of various types, which you all know. It includes human bias, it includes the biases in algorithm, which have the potential to perpetuate and magnify existing societal biases with critical systems, impacting areas like criminal justice, hiring practices, loan approvals, profiling, etc. Now, when such AI tools become deeply ingrained in decision-making processes, it could lead to unjust and discriminatory outcomes. The bias present in training data, we all know, it has been discussed many times since yesterday and even before. It is worrisome, and because many of the AI systems operate as black boxes and there is a lack of transparency. Then it is known that AI holds the capability to influence and control social behavior through methods like targeted advertising, propaganda, social media manipulation, and surveillance. This poses concern about the erosion of democratic values and individual freedom due to AI's potential manipulation. As was mentioned by our Honorable Prime Minister yesterday, the dangerous outcome of deep fakes cannot be overemphasized. Now, what are the mitigating strategies for a resilient society? So let's look at some of them. So the Indian government completely understands AI-induced social risks and requirement of placing light touch regulation in place to avoid creating roadblocks for technological innovation. Here the key word is the light touch. It should not be overtly possessive of the regulation. Since beginning, Government of India has a vision of using AI for social development and inclusive growth of all. In 2018, Niti Aayog released the National Strategy for AI, which focused on fostering AI development in specific sectors such as healthcare, education, agriculture, banking, etc., in the spirit of using AI for benefit of all citizens. This strategy laid the foundation for further development advancement in utilizing the applications of AI. However, this document did not directly put forth AI regulations. In 2021, a draft for responsible AI was introduced. I'm sure some of you would have looked at it, featuring voluntary guidelines that prioritize ethical AI practices. These guidelines underscored the importance of transparency, accountability, and fairness. While enforceable regulations were absent in this document, the emphasis on ethical consideration was a significant step forward. Indian government is committed to embedding the principles of responsible AI for all into its strategies. Our approach rests on the fundamental principles guiding the ethical deployment of AI. Now, the principles of safety and reliability stand as pillars, ensuring AI functions as intended while safeguarding stakeholders' welfare. Equality forms the core, we will all agree, demanding fair treatment for all the AI-driven decisions. Inclusivity and non-discrimination mandate that AI does not exacerbate societal divides, but rather ensures opportunities for everyone, irrespective of our identity. Privacy and security remains paramount. Transparency, accountability, and reinforcement of positive human values makes base of Indian government's AI strategy, advocating for openness in AI systems, system design, responsibility across stakeholders, and the promotion of harmony within our diverse communities. These principles collectively shape our vision for AI landscape that serves the nation while upholding ethical standards and human values. So let me now discuss in next few minutes our unique techno-legal AI framework. In line with our national vision, we aim to develop an AI framework that focuses not just on regulating AI, but also on creating regulations for AI, the AI for all. This will be done through our pioneering and unique techno-legal framework and amalgamation of public technology and public policy. Using a unique techno-legal approach, India has already proven its métier in creating strong and resilient platforms as digital public infrastructure. I am sure a lot of you know about it. It was also discussed extensively in the recently concluded G20. India is now creating a DPI for AI approach to develop a data collaboration ecosystem. Our focus is on data collaboration and not data sharing. Seemingly subtle but an important difference. This approach enables model training without relinquishing control of the data, ensuring privacy and security. This ecosystem follows the ADEPT's principle, namely accountability, democratizing data access, evolvability, privacy, transparency, and security. This approach will help us create AI ecosystem that will prevent monopolization, promote privacy, and prevent ethical biases all at once, while ensuring that India creates a vibrant data collaboration framework that helps create Indian models based on our own data sets to be used not just in India but also for other countries. Securing data sharing mechanisms, what it is, Another major concern is the potential of AI to erode individual agency and privacy. To ensure individual privacy and protect against potential manipulation, we need to establish clear global regulations and ethical guidelines for data collection and usage, giving individuals greater control over their personal information. Data Empowerment and Protection Architecture, DEPA, I am sure you would have seen the earlier reports, draft released by Niti Aayog in August 2020 stands as a pivotal consent management tool promoting privacy and data control and sharing. DEPA's core ethos lies in empowering Indians by enabling them to leverage their data for personal advancement. Essentially, DEPA streamlines secure access to personal data, allowing seamless sharing with third-party entities, and its implementation, for example, in finance, falls under the purview of regulatory bodies like RBI, SEBI, IRDAI, and PFRDA, Ministry of Finance, with the expectation of evolving in tandem with the dynamic digital landscape. Digital Personal Data Protection DPDP Act 2023 of India aims to regulate handling digital personal data regardless of its original format, extending to both digitized and non-digitized origins is another spoke in the wheel to ensure data protection and enforcing accountability. The DPDP Act directly impacts entities managing citizens' data, including internet firms, mobile applications, and various businesses. Additionally, its significance extends to India's international trade negotiations as it aligns with global data protection standards, drawing inspiration from established models like the EU's GDPR and China's PIPL. To further solidify the efforts, in September this year, 2023, MITI took a significant step by establishing an advisory group on AI for India-specific regulatory AI framework. This group, which is chaired by PSA, carries a comprehensive mandate. As such, India has consistently engaged in the discourse pertaining to AI regulations. Myriad developments have taken place in the Indian AI landscape in recent times. However, the government has always been of the opinion of keeping a right balance between promoting technological innovation and having enabling regulatory mechanisms. India's vision is very clear. We aim to develop an AI framework that focuses not just on regulating AI, but on creating regulations for AI. The advisory group is mandated with advising the government on AI regulations on how to strike this delicate balance by developing necessary policy and regulations. The group is charged with drafting ethical guidelines contextualized for India, promoting the development of inclusive and trustworthy AI by defining India-specific parameters, devising testing and certification mechanism via technical tools and sandboxes, and ensuring regulatory oversight for sustainable AI-empowered technology development. Emphasizing the societal impact, the group will advise on infrastructure, R&D, deployment and ethical use of AI and machine learning technologies, while also shaping the creation of supportive techno-legal frameworks to enable India's readiness for AI advancements. In this rapidly evolving landscape of AI, the journey ahead, you will all agree, demands a collective commitment for all stakeholders. As we embrace the possibilities and navigate the challenges, our focus must remain unwavering on responsible innovation. It is not merely about what AI can do, but how can we steer its course to benefit society ethically and equitably. During recent G20 meetings in India, Government of India proposed to create a global AI framework for responsible AI. Government of India has shown its commitment for creating human-centric AI. This is possible if we collectively create standards, testing and certification mechanism, regulatory sandboxes, creating training curriculum on AI, auditing for making AI more trustworthy and responsible. I'll just finish by saying that let us forge a pathway where AI amplifies human potential, fosters inclusivity, and serves as a force multiplier for positive transformation and propels us towards a prosperous and harmonious world. India, needless to say again, is committed to foster an AI ecosystem that is inclusive, diverse, and uniquely serves the humanity. Thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Sood, for highlighting the need for commitment to responsible AI and also the need for evaluating long-term risks of AI in the civilian context. You also brilliantly expanded on the techno-legal approach that India has adopted so far.